Welcome to this week's Rise with Michelle episode. You are chosen, loosening the soil and rewriting the blueprint. And before we begin, I would love for you to like, subscribe, comment, and share it with a friend. Let's begin with a question. Have you ever felt unseen, like you were doing everything right and it's still not enough? You've been hustling, praying, fixing, showing up, and yet there's this ache that says, maybe I wasn't chosen after all. I've lived there in the dark, in the waiting, in the in between. And I want you to hear this today. Being chosen is not about feelings. It's not about being picked by the crowd. It's not about being the loudest or the most qualified. Being chosen is about alignment. It's about the identity. It's about loosening the soil, the stories of illusion and limitation that keep you bound, so that you can finally rise into what's already yours. And before we rise, we all grow through soil. The soil are the stories we inherited and absorbed into ourselves, like you're too much, you'll never be enough, stay small, stay quiet, don't rock the boat, don't shine too bright, your struggle means you're failing or you're behind. These aren't truths, they're illusions. And let me tell you, they live in the subconscious like concrete. And here's the thing about the subconscious, it doesn't care what you say with your mouth, it runs on the blueprint written by your nervous system. That's why you brace before someone even criticizes you. You shrink when rises. You react before you even know why, because your body isn't responding to this moment, it's responding to the old story, the belief that is buried but not gone. And for me, that story was control. I grew up thinking if I hold it all together, no one can hurt me. So I carried too much. I overfunctioned and the queen of overthinking. I performed and believed that made me strong. But the truth, that story almost destroyed me. It kept me sick, it kept me small, it kept me silent. Lyme stripped my memories, co-infections drained my body. I was just surviving, not living. And it was in that breaking that I realized no one else was coming to rescue me. If I wanted to rise, I had to loosen the soil. I had to face the illusions head on, and I had to rewrite the blueprint. And this is where the subconscious work changed everything. I stopped asking, why isn't someone saving me? And started asking, why am I not showing up for myself? So I went deep into the parts I had buried, into the subconscious loops that said, stay small, stay safe. And I began to reclaim. I let myself feel the anger I had buried for years. I rewired the stories that survival was my strength. I began to inspire myself, not with giant leaps, but with sparks, a walk, a weight lifted, a meal that nourished instead of punished, a no spoken from love instead of guilt. I had to look in the mirror and begin again to love the person in the mirror. I began to strengthen, not through perfection, but through repetition, rewiring, retraining, reseeing what I used to avoid, owning my body's signals instead of bypassing them. And from there, I began to empower, not because everything was fixed, but because I finally realized I am chosen, even in the mess, even in the in between. Now, let me ask you, what's buried in your soil? What illusion has hardened into your identity? What story is keeping you bound? Maybe yours sound like if I slow down, I'll fall behind. If I speak up, I'll lose love. If I rest, I'm lazy. If I fail, I'm unworthy. These are not truths. They're echoes. And until you loosen them, you'll keep rehearsing survival instead of rising into your becoming. So today I want you to pause and ask yourself, where in my life am I still waiting for someone else to choose me? What story in my soil do I need to write? And if I chose myself today, what step would I do it differently? Chosen is not something you wait for. It's something you live into. You were never meant to stay buried in the soil. You were meant to rise through it. Chosen isn't about perfection. It's presence. It's alignment. It's becoming. So remember this, you're not broken. You're in the in between and you are chosen to rise. Thank you for watching today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share with a friend. Of course, you can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Naturally Thriving with Michelle. You can get a copy of From Hell to Rebirth at naturallythrivingwithmichelle.com. I am also on Substack under Michelle L. Potter. And until then, keep rising. We're not broken. We're in the between and still rising.